Hello everyone, I am Ms. Megha Karwal, Department of Civil Engineering from Praveen Patil College of Diploma Engineering and Technology, Bhindar. In last lecture, we have studied railway station and railway yards. Now in this lecture, we study about the classification of railway station according to their functional characteristic. The layout of station varies in size and importance according to the type and volume of traffic handled and according to their location with respect to the cities or industrial areas. Broadly speaking, the layouts required for passenger station and their yards can be divided into the following categories for the purposes of study. First is a wayside station, second is a junction station, and third is a terminal station. So, first is wayside station. The railway stations having an arrangement only for the crossing up and down trains and for overtaking a slow moving trains by the fast moving train is called as a wayside station. So first type is halt station. This is a simply stopping places having a no buildings or and staff. This type of a station is usually consist of a platform with a name on either side, having a no buildings and staff. Sometimes a small waiting sheds is also provided, which also serve as a booking office. There is a no yards or station buildings or staff provided for such a type of a station. Second is flag station. These stations are similar to halt station, but in their cases, building and staff are provided, and this station also has a telegraph facility. These stations are also called because the movement trains at such a station is controlled usually by showing a flag signal. Such a wayside stations are normally without signaling system. Crossing station. In this station, facilities are provided for crossing of up and down trains. Therefore, station is provided with one loop line so that while one train is standing on loop line, the other train which is not to be stopped at the station can cross it. A crossing station arrangement for controlling the movement of the trains on block station. At this wayside station, facilities are provided for crossing of up and down trains. Okay, so the loop line may or may not have a dead end sliding. Slow passenger trains mostly stop at a small station, whereas the mail and express trains stop at a major station. Crossing type wayside station can be provided on a single line, double line, and triple line railway track. So, typical layout of crossing station are shown in the figure. Second type is junction station. A junction station is the meeting points of three or more lines emerging from different directions. Normally at a junctions, train is arrives on branch lines and returns to the same station from where they started or proceed to other station from where they again return to their originating station. An island platforms with turntable is located to permit additional or extra lines. So this is an image of junction station. Third type is terminal station. The station at which the railway line is terminated or ends is known as a terminal station or junction station. The station at which the railway lines or one of its branches terminates is known as a terminal station. The reception lines terminates in a dead end and there is a provision for the engine of an incoming train to turn around and move from the front of the rear of the train at such a station. Terminal station have an arrangement such as a turntable, triangle and number of sliding. In this circuiting area, ticket office, restaurants are provided. This area is directly connected to road. In addition, a terminal station may need to equip it with the facilities for watering, cleaning, fueling, stabling the engine, storing, inspecting, washing the carriages, and such other works. Station yards. A yard is defined as a system of track laid within definite limits for various purposes such as receiving, sorting, dispatches of vehicles. Yard is a system of track laid out where the train stop for clearing passenger and goods traffic and proceed only after clearance from station authorities. It is a system of track laid usually on a level without definite limits for receiving, sorting, storing, making up new trains, dispatches of vehicles, and for other purposes over which the movements are not authorized by timetable. The various movement on systems of tracks are governed by prescribed rules and regulation and signals. Classification of station yards. First is passenger bogie yards or coaching yards. Passenger bogie yards. The yards which provide facility for safe movement of passenger and bogie are known as passenger and bogie yards. The chief requirements of a passenger yards are as follows: passenger platform, space for parking all sorts of vehicles outside the station, signal for up and down trains, facility for passing other trains at the full speed without any interference, sufficient numbers of siding with the platform so the extra bogies after detaching from trains can be kept till they are attached to other trains, shunting lines, washing lines, sick lines, and facility of charging of batteries, tickets booking, office, clock room, and luggage booking room, etc. Next is good yards. The yards which provide for receiving, loading and unloading and delivery of goods and movements of wagons are known as goods yards. Approach routes of movements of goods, sufficient number of platforms for loading and unloading, sufficient number of go downs, booking office, cart weighing machines, cranes or loading and unloading. These are required for goods yards. Locomotive yards, the yards where all the facility of cooling, watering, repairing, oiling, and cleaning, etc., are provided for serving and maintenance of locomotives are known as a locomotive yards. These yards are constructed at a junction station. Locomotive yards are generally provided on the same side of the marshalling yards. So various requirements for the ideal locomotive yard like a water column, ash pits, inspection pits, sheds, turntables, hydraulic jack for lifting the engine while repairing cranes for cooling, etc. Fourth is marshalling yards. It is like a distribution center of trains. The yards where the trains and goods are received, sorted out, and new trains from are formed and dispatched onward are known as a marshalling yard. In marshalling yards, loaded and empty goods wagons are first received from different lines for booking to different destination stations. These wagons are separated, sorted, and dispatched in full trains or for each lines. So, functions of marshalling yard: reception of empty and loaded wagons, sorting of wagons, departure of wagons in the form of trains, new trains are formed and dispatched, distribution of center of trains. Types of marshalling yard: flat yard, sorting by push and pull method of shunting. In this type of marshalling yard, the track are laid on horizontal ground and the entire space of the yard is almost level. In these cases, sorting work and movement of wagons are carried out by means of engine. Therefore, it required more no of hours shunting engine. Such a marshalling yard is provided where the space is restricted. They are not commonly used. Gravitational yards. In this type of a marshalling yard, the tracks are laid at such a gradient that vehicles can move of either on under the action of gravity. So, the natural slope of the site is taken to locate the reception and sorting line in such a fashion that wagons can be rolled from reception to sorting lines without the help of shunting engine. Hump yards. In this type of a marshalling yard, hump or summits of artificial hills are constructed at the entrance to the siding. The vehicles are pushed upon a hump by the engine and then they are allowed to move into the siding down the hump under the action of gravity. A hump of suitable height is provided and wagons are rolled from the crest of hump to desired sorting lines with gravitational force. So this is a image of flat station hump yard. Next is water column. They are provided for feeding the water to steam locomotives. Water columns are situated at the ends of the platforms near the starting signal so that the engine of running trains can be watered when the heating of the on the railway station. Water columns are provided at intermediate station by the side of main line track. At distance is not less than 48 hours. They may be installed on ash pits so that the engines may be remove their ash simultaneously while taking a water. At important stations, two or more water columns are provided. Maintenance of track. The art of upkeeping the track components and other facilities provided on the railway track in good condition to provide safe and smooth movement of traffic is known as a track maintenance. Maintenance of railway track is done either manually or mechanized manner or by combination of manually and mechanized. Indian Railways adopts maintenance on large scale. Necessity of railway track maintenance. Due to the constant movement of heavy and high speed trains, the packing of under the sleepers becomes loose and track geometry gets disturbed. The gauge, alignment, longitudinal as well as the cross level of the track thus gets affected adversely and the safety of track is compromised. So the strength of track structure goes under reducing high speed of the trains, heavy axial loads and repletion of the load. The elastic structure of railway tracks thus gets distributed in alignment gauge and other surface level of rail. The track structure is subjected to deteriorating the effects like rainwater, action of sun and wind. The wear and tear of rails and rolling stock is then bound to take place. The maintenance of track is divided into the following two types. First is routine maintenance and second is special maintenance. The maintenance work which is carried out on the railway track either daily or periodically is called as a routine maintenance. So it further divided into the two parts, daily maintenance and periodic maintenance. The track maintenance carries out by department full-time staff is throughout the year is called as a daily maintenance, and the track maintenance carried out by the department full-time staff after an interval of 2 to 3 years is called as a periodic maintenance. So in a daily maintenance, track involves the following jobs like daily inspection of track section, tightening and loosening the fish bolts, loose keys, cotters, etc. Cleaning of langeway clearance at level crossing and turnouts, and oiling of sliding sheds at points and crossing. It and periodic maintenance involves the following jobs like maintenance of track alignment, surface of rail, track components, gauge, proper drainage, points and crossing, level crossing, bridge and tunnels, etc. Next is a special maintenance. The track maintenance specially carried out on the railway track wherever necessities arise or is called as a special maintenance. This type of a maintenance arises in the case of the derailment or accident of train on a track or when the defective rails or sleeper are required to be reduced due to their excessive wear and tear. So it involves the replacement of defective sleepers and rails, fixtures and fastening, components of points and crossing, etc. Next is track maintenance organization. So it follows permanent way inspector, duties of gangmates and duties of keymans. Permanent way inspector. The permanent way inspector is personally responsible for maintaining the track in good condition for the passage of trains. For these purposes, he travels over the track by push the trolley and watches the defects of the track and arranges the repairs of the defective track by his gang. He is responsible to carry out the renewal of rails and slipper. He is responsible to maintain the correct gauge super elevation on curves and removal of creep. He should see the welfare of his gangmen. He should supervise the work of his gang regularly. Duties of gangman. Gangman means the person in charge of gang of workmen employed on permanent way. He is responsible for the maintenance of track. It is his duty to arrange for tools and other requirement for his gang. He has to allot the duties to each of his gangman and to check their work. He has to maintain record of work, report of key man. So next is the duties of keyman. He is the number two in the rank of his gang. In the absence of the ganger, he performed his duty. He is called as a keyman because he attained to the bolts and keys to for maintaining the gauges and rest work is carried out by the gangman. If during this routes inspection he finds materials such as engine tool, passengers, luggage, dynamos, belts, etc., he should be collect them and hand over to the nearest railway station master. He should grease fish plates and oil fish bowls, etc., to protect them from freezing. He should open and refit all the joints at least once in a year. Thank you.